Yes, now I can. Okay, we are on. But we have got very less people left now. I hope they all join back. Omer is back. Very good. We are down to 7 people. Okay, I think that is enough. We have got 8 people, and now you can see the slides as well. I hope this trouble doesn't occur again and again. But anyways, we are just left with half an hour, and in this, okay, you don't. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Can you hear me now? Those who can hear me, please raise hand. Magesh can hear me. Okay, wonderful. I am extremely very sorry. This is happening, and I can't help it at all. This is all about the internet in Pakistan, and that's how the things are going bad. Anyways, thank you, Magesh. Anyways, so this was all the certifications of Scrum Alliance. Let me show you. Yes, they have got certified team coach and certified enterprise coach and certified Scrum trainer. So these certifications are also there. And then they have got certified Agile leader 1 and leader 2. This is a package of 2. This is one certification, but you have to do these 2 courses with them. Yes, Umer, do you want to say something? Umer Merchant. You, Umer, you want to say something?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, of course.
Hello? Yeah, okay, now you can. So I was saying that while I was doing my CSM, there was some product owner courses where how they cross sell and upsell. So I could not comprehend as to what would be the significance for me as a project manager or program manager to do the product owner course. Because in my experience, yeah, go ahead.
Yes, please. Okay.
Go ahead.
You complete with.
So yeah, because for example in PMP, the fundamental is
Omer, voice quality is very poor. I can't hear you. Omer, can you briefly type your message? We can't hear you. There is a lot of disturbance. I don't know if anybody can hear me. जी उमेर, मेरी आवाज आ रही है आपको? Can you hear me? Omer, we can't hear you. Same problem. We can't hear you. Okay, I think we should not. Omer, I am switching off your mic. My voice is clear, so you can write your question in chat window, and I can answer. So while you are writing it, I will get back to Majid. Majid, he says, elaborate a bit on release planning and when specifically it is done. You see, release planning is something which is done in the beginning when the product owner has actually sorted out all the requirements and build the product backlog, that is the time he will plan. It is kind of a outline plan how the product will be released, right? So this is the major phases of the project, how what you want to deliver in the first go and second, third, fourth. These are like the traditional phases, but these releases will actually be subservient to the iterations we'll be having. So according to the release planning, we are going for release 1. So we will be running a number of iterations to materialize the output of release 1. So those iterations will take their product log from there. Now, release planning, at the end of every release, we can re-evaluate the release planning. For the further release planning, we can change the remaining plan. But release planning is just the outline plan, initially done in the beginning by the product owner and the team, and later, after every release, it is re-evaluated. I hope I answered this question. Team Majid, is it okay? Majid Abbasi, can you write down if it is fine with you? Maybe you can speak and we'll see if we can hear you. Majid?
Assalamu alaikum, sir. Can you hear me now, sir?
Yeah, we can. Very clear.
Thank you so very much for your answer. I was just confused about the release planning in terms of when I was trying to read Scrum. Scrum, does Scrum recognize it as a proper ceremony?
Yeah.
Really?
Very much. Actually, release planning is considered in every retrospect meeting. At every retrospect meeting, product owner would know how much of the release is ready and what should be released at this point, because we are trying to generate as much value as early as possible. So how much value can be released at any point in time? So it is continuous delivery that is the key to Scrum. We are delivering. We are not delivering only on the release date. We are delivering after every iteration, and that is counting towards the release. I hope that satisfies your answer.
Got it, sir. Thank you. Thank you so very much, sir.
Okay, any other questions? You can raise hands. If we can't hear you, then I'll ask you to write. But Umar, you can try again if you like, because last time it was too bad. Yes, you can type your question if you like, and I will just answer that. Anyone else? Ji Janab. We have got a number of people here sitting right now. I'm sure they must be having some questions. Okay, while you do that, while you write another question or something, I would move on with the presentation and let us see. Although I did explain verbally, but let me show you. Okay, then comes Scrum.org. Scrum.org has got their own certifications, and the good thing about Scrum.org is they have a Scrum guide, a definitive guide to Scrum, the rules of the game, and this is written by two of the basic pioneers of Agile Manifesto. So Scrum.org naturally and Scrum Alliance have got the pioneers sitting there, down there. Therefore, they can encash more money. So, according to Scrum.org, the Scrum competencies, professional Scrum competencies, are as follows: understanding and applying the Scrum framework, developing people and teams, because teams are very important. People are very important. We have to delegate to them. We have to be servant leader, that kind of thing. So teams are important because they select what to do. Then managing products with agility, that includes the release planning and all that. Developing and delivering products professionally, evolving the organization, agile organization that is scaling up. So ultimately, if you are good at it, you would be having a good agile organization. The certifications here are Professional Scrum Foundations, Professional Scrum Developer, Professional Scrum Product Owner, and Professional Scrum Master. Then we also have Professional Agile Leadership Essentials, Scaled Professional Scrum, Professional Scrum Product Owner, Professional Scrum with Kanban, and Professional Scrum with UX. And you can see all of these 3 levels of PSM, 3 levels of PSPO, and they have got 1 level so far, but they may be coming up with more. Then is Scrum Study. Scrum Study has got this beautiful guide, a guide to the Scrum body of knowledge. They have got these certifications: Scrum Fundamental Certified, Scrum Developer Certified, Scrum Master Certified, Scrum Agile Master Certified. So this is not Scrum, not Scrum. First S stand for Scrum Study. Is a company name. So Scrum Study Fundamental Certified, Scrum Study Developer Certified, Scrum Study Master Certified, and Scrum Study Agile Master Certified. That means this certification, Agile certification, is not about Scrum. This is about just like ACP. This is about all the Scrum, all the Agile methodologies. Then we have got the Product Owner certification. Then is Scaled Scrum Master certified. Scaled Scrum Master is a new certification with them. Then they have got Scaled Scrum Product Owner certified, and there is the highest level, that is Expert Scrum Master certified. So these are all these certifications, and these are my certifications. I hold all of these. I am Agile Expert Master certified and Scrum Study certified trainer also. Then comes the Scrum Scale, Scrum at Scale. Now, they do have a guide, and I need to read it. This looks good. This was published in March 2020, and this is the second version according to them. They have got this beautiful diagram in there, which shows how Scrum Master cycle and Product Owner cycle goes on. Product Owner actually deals with the customer, are the stakeholders. So backlog prioritization, backlog decomposition, release planning is the responsibility of product owner. Product release, here is the product increment going on. And on the other hand, Scrum Master is managing the team. And these teams are cross-functional teams. So they have to coordinate continuous improvement, team process and all that. And when they deliver, these increments go on to add to the release, the current release that will be incremented into it. This is their certificate, because I recently saw a person advertising his certificate on LinkedIn. So I tried to hunt it down, and I found out that this is the certificate. Then last but not the least is scruminstitute.org. Now this is very fishy. They do have an interesting site. They are showing all the Scrum process flow and how this comes out, because word Scrum comes out of rugby. So he is very beautifully portrayed the rugby characters into this, and shows the Scrum going on. This is a sprint meeting. People are working here, and there are daily Scrums here. Then this is their way of progressing. Register your certification, get your exam code, pass your online exam, and get your certification. And these are the certifications: Scrum Master Accredited Certification, SMAC. Then they have Scrum Team Member. It is probably equivalent to the developer level. Scrum Team Member Accredited Certification, Scrum Product Owner Accredited Certification, Scrum Trainer Accredited Certification, Scrum Coach Accredited Certification, Scaled Scrum Expert Accredited Certification, Agile Scrum Leadership Accredited Certification, Certified Kanban Project Manager, Kanban PM, and Certified Kanban Expert, Kanban Expert. So these are all the certifications by this organization. I do not have much of record. I have not seen anyone certified by them. I can't comment much. But I have given you my view, and there's a few more. This is Scrum certification for mobile application developers, Scrum certification for Java developers, Scrum certification for web developers. So they have got so many. Then they have got scaled Scrum expert, Agile Scrum. This we have already talked about. This is their certificate. How does it look like? Looks like an impressive certificate, yes, but naturally we need to see more about it. So this brings me to the end of today's session, and now exclusively I can address your questions for next 15 minutes. Let me first go over the questions. There is a question by Rashid Gulab. It says, in Pakistan, most of the students, even teachers, are not aware about certifications in technical and management field. If we want any certification too much expensive as well, please suggest some sound certification for management field to excel in competitive career race. Well, if you're Rashid, are you only talking about any certification, or you are talking about Agile? Because the suggestion I had already given is about Agile. But if you are talking otherwise from technical point of view, then naturally whatever is your field of interest, I can suggest accordingly. But one thing is very, very common. I'm not talking about Agile right now. One thing is very common. One field which is common to all is project management. No matter whatever you are doing, you are a project manager in your own way. You are handling some kind of projects. So project management is hot, and PMI certifications is where you can look for. Then another hot area is supply chain. I am not addressing IT right now because in IT there are a lot many certifications. Kindly report on intrinsic quality concept in Agile. Uh, well, you see, because our increments are so small and the responsibility of whatever is done in an iteration is with the team, the whole team is responsible. You can't hold any one person responsible for anything. If the iteration has not gone well, whole team is responsible. So you do not punish anyone for doing anything right or wrong. Basically, the intrinsic quality is built into the team, and team ensures that everything they are releasing is actually according to the quality. And naturally, as you understand, while they are working, while they are working, they are assuring the quality of the process, and they are checking each other. And while they are delivering whatever the product they are delivering, whatever the output is coming out of that iteration, that has to be quality controlled. Now, like any other project or any other organization, there might be external teams, right? If a team is working in iteration, there might be a auditor, quality auditor, or inspector going into the agile team, going into the iteration and checking things accordingly. Now, there are two ways of doing external checking, auditing, and inspection. One is your organization is ISO certified, and there are certain rules that apply to all departments and definitely to all projects. So your project, which is agile, is practicing that quality level. So naturally, this comes out a responsibility of the organization to send out their inspectors to generally check if they are abiding by the ISO standards or whatever standards they have established. Secondly, the product owner himself must have certain quality requirements. Naturally, those requirements are part of the product backlog, but he may send out some inspector or auditor from the project side to iterations to check on them. Naturally, main responsibility always lies with the team. I hope I tried to answer your intrinsic quality question. Yes, of course, definitely done is ultimately the quality control. When you say that this thing has been accepted and approved, right? That means that the user acceptance has been done and quality is inclusive in that. So yes, of course, you are right in saying that. Magesh says, PMI disciplined agile certification, is it suggested because of PMI backup? Are the contents comprehensive for future industry driving? Well, first of all, even when it was not part of PMI, disciplined agile is interesting. Is a lot of content in it. They have very good vision. They are progressing in that direction. But kind of, it is the future which they have perceived. And if you understand, you would definitely like to follow them. Secondly, the only comparable system to SAFe right now is disciplined agile. And as far as PMI is concerned, I appreciate PMI has selected the right choice. If you ask me, PMI should have either bought SAFe or disciplined agile, and they did the best decision. They went for disciplined agile. SAFe does not have a specialization in lean, but disciplined agile has inherently taken care of lean, agile, as well as scaling and lot many other things. I hope I answered that question, Magesh. Anyone else? Majid Abbasi says, can I, being a PMP, a non-technical person, go for the ITL or CMMI? Okay, there is no problem. ITIL is not IT. ITIL is Information Technology Infrastructure Library, and that is general set of rules. So naturally, everybody is not a programmer who is dealing with IT projects. There are people who are managing them. So the infrastructure is managed by other people. It is always good if you are from the software industry and you are being promoted to that level. And ITIL is more useful for that. But at the same time, ITIL has got many tracks. And those tracks, many of those tracks, they do not require you to have been a programmer. They may be managerial levels, service oriented, or some other thing. So yes, you can go for ITL and CMMI. Definitely, CMMI is absolutely no problem because CMMI does not relate to software industry. That is CMM, Capability Maturity Model, was developed for software industry. CMMI is Capability Maturity Model Integrated. And this is not only for software, it applies to all industries. And this is the maturity model for assessing any organization, whatever, from the quality perspective, only quality perspective. It's not something how well the processes are being done. No matter what type of organization, you might be an engineering organization, you might be a construction industry organization, you might be oil and gas organization. You could attain a CMMI status, maturity level. Okay, Jalal Afsar says, which book you recommend for ACP, like Rita for PMP certification, other than PMB? Okay. Actually, I did include a slide. I don't know where it has gone. I did not see it myself. Uh, okay. If you like, I can find it. There is a long list of books which has been provided by PMI, and well, that is too much to study. I don't recommend to study everything, but that is a very good collection of books which PMI has asked you. Here it is. No, no, no. Sorry. No, I don't think so. I have that here. No, it is not there. But you can download it from their PMI website. Go to ACP certification and go for the reference material. And reference material, there are about, if not less than 20 books are there. Um, for agile project management, you can have 3 years or less experience. That is okay with me. You have to have 2,100, 1,500. That comes out to be 3 years. 3 years experience. Yeah. Out of this 3 years, 1,500 hours, at least one year for general project management, and at least two years for agile project management. This much experience is required. Ji Faraj, is it okay? Okay. Any other questions? Umair, you want to speak, please? Umair, you can speak now.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Ji.
Okay, fine. Sorry, I just wanted to ask, right, regarding the product owner, because when I did my CSM as well, there was a product owner course as well. And being a project manager, not sure what's the relevance of having a product owner, because in PMP, project manager is the eventual owner and responsible for success failure of the project. Whereas Prince 2 is more of a project coordinator role. But Scrum is totally about managing team. He cannot call the shots. He has to discuss within the teams. So, and I think product owner is more authority. So, do we think for project manager, product owner is a better thing to go for, at least to get some insight?
Umair, if you ask me, I would say the Scrum Master is the most deflated role in Agile. Most deflated role. Scrum Master has to do nothing except for facilitating. Nothing at all.
True.
He doesn't hold any power.
Absolutely.
He can't order anyone. He can't talk to the stakeholder directly. He can't do nothing at all. The sponsor,
correct,
in traditional project management, is actually the man. He is holding all the aces. This is called the product owner. In project management, we call him sponsor. Now, in project management, sponsor used to have a laid back role. Well, he writes the charter, he goes back to sleep. Then you wake him up for some changes or things and like that. Then he wakes up. Now, this product owner is actually the most versatile and most dynamic person right now. Product owner. So, if you really want to go for a certification, product owner is the one. Second, most active person is the team member himself. Team member, not the Scrum Master. If you give me the option, I will go for product owner certification, then the team certification, and Scrum Master will be last on the list. Because for Scrum Master, I just need to be a servant leader. That's all.
Very true. I think you've nailed it. this is the thing, right? Because normally when you implement Scrum, the fundamental question comes, people think it's a Scrum Master means like a ring master, but it does not, he does not have any power
No
of
power.
that sort.
You can't
In fact,
order.
he has to consult with a lot of people before moving from one to another stage, right?
Actually, this has become so popular. The name is so attractive, Scrum Master. So everybody is running for this
Yes,
certification. Initially, I tried to
correct.
tell people, well, this is the most stupid certification you can go for.
Very,
But
very true.
you can't. Right.
Right, understand. No, thank you so much for this.
Most welcome. Most welcome. Majid, you want to say something, please?
So just a small question. So are gonna take ACP examination after the Eid, inshallah. So
Okay.
just few tips, yeah, out of your experience, please.
Okay.
Thank you so very much.
Number one, do not think that Agile is like a PMP. Agile is so easy that you will pass definitely. But you must be well aware about all the methodologies. Don't study only the Scrum. Get a overview from about all methods, Crystal and DSDM and XP, UX, everything. And the good book I could refer you is by RMC, Rita Mulcahy's book, and it was written by one of the I think authors of Agile Manifesto. I have heard his name. Hold on. I have that book lying here somewhere. I can't locate it. But go to Rita Malki's site. That is a good book. Although she doesn't recommend it, they don't recommend it for ACP anymore. But that is very beautifully written, and that gives a full coverage of all agile methodologies. And I think that was good. Second, um, I don't remember from where, but there was a glossary of agile terms, something. There was a book, ebook. I read that, and that was so comprehensive. It gave each and every tool in detail. Every tool. I couldn't find that many tools in any of the books. So you have to read from certain areas. Like even I would recommend you go for a guide to Scrum body of knowledge by Scrum Study. Whether you are convinced with it or not, but at least go through it, and you will find it interesting. Did I answer your question?
Sir, thank you very much. Yes, it did. Sir, basically, I'm studying from Mike Griffiths. That's RMC's.
Oh, yeah. Mike
He's
Griffin is
one of
good.
the Mike. I couldn't find any better book than
It's
Mike
good.
Griffiths. To
Really
be
good.
very honest with you,
Exactly.
yeah, I've been studying it for the past like
Wonderful.
almost 2 months. I've finished it for twice. So, and another thing, the glossary you were saying, the Agile Alliance has a glossary list is very helpful, very helpful.
Okay. That must be.
It's the heading of course 101, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Right.
So thank you so very much, sir.
Also,
Thank you so very much.
Farhaj Ahmed says, what would you recommend certifications for IT people and maybe not costly? Regards, Farhaj. Farhaj, naturally, even for IT people, Agile is the way. Rather, it was the way for you earlier. Other disciplines have started adopting it. So Agile is hot with you. And I have seen people who have done, this race for certification is very difficult thing. There is a person came to me who was a PMP, PGMP, portfolio management professional, and so many things, ACP and everything. And this person was saying that I am applying for a job and they need me to be safe certified. You know everything. Why should they want you to be safe certified? So he specifically did safe certification of maybe more than $1,000 or so we spent on that. and he was not selected. And then he said, he's too intelligent. Then he said that there is yet another certification they want, another job. So for every job, there is a different certification they want, and you keep doing all this certification, and probably it looks like they have got some deal with the certification bodies. They are just getting people certified, and they are not giving you the job anyways. There is a shortage of jobs. So generally speaking, go for a easy and slow process. I would, as I recommended earlier, even if you are from IT, go for ACP. That is cheaper than other options. And if you have done that, if you are going for cheaper, I would suggest you go for Scrum Study. For the time being, just do the Scrum Master, and then see if you can afford more. Otherwise, I don't think there is any fun in going for CSM or anything else. Well, even if you are entry level, you have to have experience to go for ACP. You have to have experience to go for anything. But if you just want to have a label with your name, then all these Scrum certifications, they don't need any prerequisite. You attend their course, pays $1,500, sit in the exam. In 60 minutes, you are a certified professional Scrum Master. Just in 60 minutes. So you can do that. I would suggest certification is not important. You must understand what the game plan is. So better increase your knowledge and try to understand the concept. Then you can do any certification. GUMAR. GUMAR, you want to say something? I can't hear you.
Okay, now I can unmute. I was not able to unmute. Last but not the last question from my side. Promise you that. So, is there any case study or any real life project with the likes of core banking where Agile has been implemented, or some sort of an example? Because, like I asked earlier, it's difficult to comprehend how would you deliver the objects or components of a core system in an Agile or Scrum way. It's easy said and done. Theoretically, it looks amazing, but practically, it's not.
For non-IT industry, I won't be able to quote you anything because
No, for IT.
IT, there
okay,
are many.
you say so,
IT, there are many
so
examples.
core banking system like T24 and Siebel CRM. Take an example of Siebel CRM, right? Because I can then correlate. So, what is the way that people have implemented Oracle solutions in a Scrum way? Because it takes a journey, right? It's a 3-4 year project.
Okay.
So, is there an example or website or case study where I can say, okay, fine. So this is how you like a practical implementation, not only a theory.
Okay.
That's my question.
For last many years, I am not directly associated with IT, but in the capacity of chairman of this, I was one of chairmen for the Pakistan Agile Development Society. In that time, I had interaction with a lot of software engineers, and that was a time when 90% of the industry of Pakistan claims to be agile. And partly I understand that because they are working in virtual environments with international partners, therefore the Scrum teams are divided. Half of the team is sitting here, half the team is sitting in maybe USA, and uh, it is the requirement from the USA side that you must, work on agile. Now they have come up with a number of agile tools, which has been, which has been used by the industry for quite some time. One of the very famous tools is Jira. Okay, with the use of Jira,
Yeah, I'm using that. Yeah.
you are using that. Okay. So
Yeah.
most of the industry is using that, and naturally I can't comment on who is doing what project, but they are doing all kinds of projects, and I probably can find out who is doing these Maybe I can get you through with some of the people who actually had experience in that.
Yeah, because I think this agile scrum, with all due respect, because I've done it as well, I've studied as well, and I'm sure every one of us right now on this call have understood. But this is more of a namesake as opposed to, I don't think I've come across anyone who has given me a real life example of here is a project being done in agile way. With some components of it would be
A
agile, but
component.
I'm talking about a
In Pakistan, we are
correct.
weak in agile. No, I used to hear their presentations, and that was my comment that you are doing agile like a traditional project manager, like a
Correct,
project.
exactly.
So if
Yeah,
you're forced to do agile on Jira, then in a room for some time you become agile, and when you come out, you again become the same traditional project manager. So that kind of problem is there.
very true. The,
That
the, the closest I can relate to agile is, I'll tell you in my experience, is we designed the whole program or based on the waterfall methodology, and then we
right.
agree that phase one, phase two, phase three, and then when we deliver, it's I've observed agile more closely on a pre-delivered product. For example, Siebel CRM phase
Hmm.
one has been delivered. Now we are adding components to it. Like for corporate banking, we are adding one module, personal banking.
Okay.
So that we have an agile view of you design, you develop, you test, you implement. But I haven't seen a full from the scratch till the end any agile project practical example till yet, unless I
Okay.
am. This is what I wanted to know. If you come across anything, it will be a great help for us,
Sure, sure, sure.
to guide us to see.
Actually,
Yeah,
Pakistan Agile Development Society has started operating in Karachi as well. I will find out their contact details, and I can let you know. If you can send me an email. Do you have my email
I
address?
will. Uh, on the LinkedIn, I've got you, so I'm gonna message
Okay,
you and
okay.
take it from there.
Anyways, I'm writing my email address here.
Oh, that will be good. Yeah. Because here in Dubai, there are
Okay,
companies who are talking about agile, but
right.
they do 10% agile and they sell it that we are doing agile. And the crux
Okay.
of it, there's
Of
nothing
course,
called it. It's more
that
of
that's so. So this is my
yeah,
this thing, and if you want to contact me
I got it.
on WhatsApp, this is my number.
Sure. Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Suhail.
This is my number. Okay. The last thing I want to talk about here is um, the purpose of this seminar was naturally we have conducted huge seminars in past 10 years on Scrum, and we have found that people are not really up to it. They actually take a lot of interest, lot many people we are gathering, but they do not apply it as it should. Then I announced a training last month, and the argument was why you are not promoting Scrum Alliance and why Sutherland. These people who wrote it, were they gods? Why should I always have to bow to them? And only then can I talk about Agile. There is no need. No, we can talk to them. They are human beings and they are earning money like us. So there is no fun in just fighting over it. Basically, I am trying to conduct a training during Ramzan, and you might have seen the advertisement on Facebook or LinkedIn. That would be uh, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday from 27th of April onwards. Only Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. There will be 16 classes, 2 hours each, starting at 11 p.m. at night and finishing at 1 a.m. So after your Travi, you can always join, and after 2 hours you will be free. So you will have ample time to go for your seher. So that is my proposal. If any one of you is interested, you can enroll. And naturally, you have seen this advertisement. You might have seen that advertisement as well. So you would know. I actually want this a combination course for ACP and Scrum study. I'll give the basics for those. This depends upon you whether you want to sit in the exam or not. No examination fee is included. I will just talk about the matter, right? I will prepare you for that, both the exams, but naturally This is up to you whether you want to appear or not. And the normal fee for this course is rupees 40,000 per head, which for Ramzan we have reduced by 25%. So you pay just 30%. So just, if at all you are interested or any one of your friends is interested, please get him through to me. Very few days are left and we are going to be starting on Monday, 27th of April. That's it, ji. Any last comments? Please raise hand. Ji Magesh. Yeah, please speak, Magesh. I don't see your mic is unmuted, so probably you can't speak. But if at all you have problem, yeah, please.
Sir, do you have any payment gateway to register for your sessions, or is it only just bank transfer?
It is bank transfer. It is bank transfer. You can do it by wire transfer from anywhere. There is no problem. And the registration is very simple. As soon as you send me your contact details and the fee for payment, I will add you to the group. And just like this GoToTraining session, the link is already given in the advertisement. You can right now get a seat reserved there.
Okay.
So you're welcome to join.
So right now here the situation is to transfer wire transfer to Pakistan. Let's see, one from Riyadh.
Yeah.
Not added your.
Actually, from Riyadh, it will take a few days. But you send me the receipt, I'll enter you into the class, and your money will come to me after, say, 3-4 days. Got it?
Okay, sir. Yeah.
Most welcome. Most welcome. Anyone else? Omer, your interest in PGMP, when you send me an email, please write it down in that. I will note your name in the list of prospective candidates for PGMP. We were trying to advertise one of the courses, but it didn't work out. So after Ramzan, I'll think about it again. I have some demand for business analysis courses, PGMP, PFMP. So we'll do that after Ramzan. Omer, okay, we will accommodate the timing according to you. You tell me what is suitable to you after Ramzan, right? So we will discuss with all other candidates and then we'll fix a good time which is suitable to all of them. Is anyone else talking about? Okay, good. Anyone else interested in the Scrum Agile training? Okay, if there are no more comments, then I'll put up this recording on the internet. Whatever we have discussed, whatever we have seen here will be shared. There is another question from Amir Khan. Comment on PMP and old version versus PMP new version. Well, leave that for another discussion, because then we'll talk about. Actually, there are three comparisons. One is the current edition going on till December. Then is the sixth edition, but the change exam, and then there would be seventh edition and the change exam. So I will do a comparison. I'll conduct a separate workshop for that. I'll do a comprehensive comparison of all three and will let you know. But generally speaking, seventh edition would be very different. That's why please don't target for that. As far as the sixth edition is concerned, this is a very good opportunity to appear before December, because whatever is changing, that might create a little of hustle after December. The new exam may be a little tricky, although I don't prohibit it, but at least if you can do it now, why to wait for that time? So you do that before September, because October, November, December will be a rush period, and during that rush period you have more probability of failing the exam. So it is better because the pass marks go high, pass percentile go high. So I would strongly suggest you appear before September 2020 on the current edition. That's it. Yeah, today PMI has announced that you can book your PMP exam online. You can go give it from home. This is called Proctored Exam. Someone from Virtual University Enterprise (VUE) will get in touch with you, and he will be your proctor. He would be sitting in front of you while you are giving the exam. I mean, virtually he will be observing you on camera and on mic, and you will have to show him your whole room through the camera of your laptop. No other person should be present in the room. No cheating material should be there, and all that. So yes, of course, online is started. Even ACP, you can give Agile exam. Anything else? We are 20 minutes up. So let's call it a day. Let's arrange another seminar sometime, and maybe we can discuss those things later. I am so very thankful to all of you. There were 50 people registered. About 18, 19 people have come. And right now I can see 10, 11 people still sitting here. So it is so kind of you to be listening to me so patiently. And I assume that we will be having more relationship, more contact, and more transfer of knowledge. Thank you very much. And please take care of yourself. Take care. Khuda.